Hello everyone, welcome to Study to Light. This is part 1 of weekly current affairs series, and in this video we will cover all the important factual current affairs questions of April 20th to till April 22nd. And remember that in this series my prime emphasis is on facts which will be useful for IS prelims examination, state PCS prelims, lower PCS, CDS, SSC, EPFO, banking, railways, and other government examinations. So be attentive till the end, as every sentence is very important and the questions may be asked from the explanation portion as well. So let's begin. Here is the question for the day. You have to answer this question in the comment section, and in the next video that will be uploaded on Saturday, we will see how many of you have answered the question correctly in the comment section. As this video is uploaded 2 days in a week, that is one on Wednesday and another is on Saturday. In these two videos we will cover all the important factual current affairs for the whole week, and weekly test is organized on Monday, so be prepared for test as well. Let's begin. The first question is, Facebook has partnered with blanks to discourage the spread of fake news in Bangladesh. These are the options. Read the option and then answer in the comment section. Let's begin. The first question. United Nations Chinese Language Day is observed on. So UN Chinese Language Day is observed on April 20th. So here C is the right answer. And the day is observed to pay tribute to Changzi. Changzi is a mythical figure who invented Chinese characters. And the first UN Chinese Language Day was observed in 2010. Remember the name Changzi, who invented these Chinese characters, and the very first UN Chinese Language Day was celebrated in the year of 2010. Next question. How many official languages are there in United Nations? So in United Nations there are 6 official languages. So here C is the right answer. And these 6 official languages are Arabic, English, Chinese, Russian, Spanish and French. I repeat, Arabic, English, Chinese, Russian, Spanish and French. And Chinese language was set as one of the official languages in United Nations in 1946. Next question. World Earth Day is celebrated on. So World Earth Day is celebrated on April 22nd. So here A is the right answer. And the theme for this year is climate action. Remember the theme, very important. The theme for this year to celebrate World Earth Day is climate action. And this World Earth Day is being celebrated since 1970. Who advised or proposed to celebrate World Earth Day on this day? So the day was proposed by a peace activist called as John McConnell. Remember the name? John McConnell suggested to celebrate this day on this 22nd of April, and it has been since then celebrated from 1970. And this year, that is the year of 2020, marks the 50th anniversary of this celebration of World Earth Day. Remember, so this question is very important, and the day is celebrated by World Earth Day Network. Remember, it is celebrated by World Earth Day Network. Next question. Spanish flu, again very important. Spanish flu is also known as the 1918 flu. So here A is the right answer. And this 1918 flu pandemic affected the world from January 1918 to December 1920, and it infected almost 500 million people. Think, 500 million people were infected by this 1918 flu, which is also called as Spanish flu. And these 500 people marked about 1/3 of the world's population at that time. That was in 1919 and 1920. And the death toll, it estimated to happen around 17 to 50 million. And it was caused by H1N1 influenza virus. So this question is very important because of spread of COVID-19 this year. They may ask you a question on Spanish flu as well. So remember that Spanish flu was caused by H1N1 influenza virus. Next question. The highest level workforce set up by government to test vaccines and drugs includes, so the high level workforce which is set up recently by government to test vaccines includes DRDO as well as Indian Council of Medical Research as well as Niti Aayog. So here A, B and C, all of the answers are correct. So here D will be the correct option. And the Department of Biotechnology has been met the Central Coordination Committee to develop the vaccine. Next question, who is the author of Settling to the Top, the Story of PV Sindhu? I repeat the book name, Settling to the Top, the Story of PV Sindhu. This book is written by V. Krishnaswamy. Remember, V. Krishnaswamy wrote this book, and this book narrates the journey of India's first and the only woman silver medal winning athlete at the Olympic Games. Next question, which disease is also known as American trypanosomiasis? Remember, which disease is also known as American trypanosomiasis? So it is Chagas disease. Chagas disease sometimes is also referred to as American trypanosomiasis. And World's Chagas Day is celebrated on April 14, and it is named after Carlos Ribeiro Justiniano Chagas, who is a Brazilian doctor who diagnosed the first case on April 14th, 1909. Remember that on April 14th, World Chagas Day is celebrated, and it is named after Carlos Ribeiro Justiniano Chagas, who is a Brazilian doctor who was instead a Brazilian doctor, and he was known to diagnose the first case of Chagas disease on April 14th, 1909. And it has been termed as silent and silenced disease. Why? Because not only it is slowly progressing clinical course, but also it affects mainly poor people who have no political voice or access to health care. What happens in it? It may cause long lasting fever, and if left untreated, it may also lead to failure of heart. Next, it is a tropical parasitic disease. It is caused by Trypanosoma cruzi. Remember that it is a tropical parasitic disease and caused by Trypanosoma cruzi, while it is spread by an insect called as Tritomine or kissing bugs. So appreciate the difference. It is caused by Trypanosoma cruzi, while it is spread by Tritomine, which is also called as kissing bugs. Next question. According to the standards set by WHO, that is World Health Organization, a hand sanitizer should consist what percentage of alcohol? So it should be 60 to 70%. Then only it is considered to be an effective sanitizer. So remember that 60 to 70% of alcohol is required in a hand sanitizer as per the WHO standards. Next question. Which state became the first state to geotag community kitchens? So it is Uttar Pradesh, that is UP. So here A is the right answer. Under this, Uttar Pradesh has joined hands with Google to geotag community kitchens in the state. This will produce around 12 lakh food packets per day, and this will help to locate where are these community kitchens located. An application has been developed by Remote Sensing Application Center to learn about the location of the community kitchens. Next question. Which company announced the acquisition of United Kingdom's most iconic sporting motorcycle, Norton? So they may even ask you that Norton was earlier belonging to which country? So it belonged to United Kingdom, but now it has been acquired by TVS, which is an Indian company. So here A is the right answer. Next question. How much compensation will be provided to postal employees in case they succumb to COVID-19? So they will be given rupees 10 lakh if they succumb to COVID-19. And recently Odisha government has also announced that if the frontline workers who are working against COVID-19 die because of COVID-19, then they will be given rupees 50 lakh. Their family will get rupees 50 lakh. Next question. Which catalyst is or are used in biofuel storage technologies? So in biofuel storage technologies, catalysts that are used include sodium hydroxide and potassium hydroxide and even sodium methanoxide. So here all of the above are correct. So remember, sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide and sodium methanoxide are used as catalyst in biofuel storage technology. And it was in news because recently Institute of Nanoscience Technology, operating under Department of Science and Tech, has launched an environment-friendly catalyst for rechargeable metal batteries. These catalysts are made with fish scales. Next question. Which agency has made a protein-enriched biscuits for COVID-19 patients? So this protein-enriched biscuits for COVID-19 patients has been made by CSIR CFTRI. Here CFTRI stands for Central Food Technological Research Institute and CSIR stands for Council for Scientific and Industrial Research. And what are the benefits of proteins? See, protein is essential for the body to fight against infection. It helps to balance fluids and increases oxygen supply throughout the body. Next question. Recently, RBI has cancelled the license of which bank as it does not have the adequate capital. See, every bank is required to have an adequate amount of capital. Then only they will have the license to facilitate banking facilities. So, Mapusa Urban Cooperative Bank has lost its license because of not having the required capital. Remember the bank's name? Mapusa Urban Cooperative Bank. Next question. Which country is the largest consumer of pet coke in the world? So India is the largest consumer of pet coke in the world. What is pet coke? Pet coke is also called as petroleum coke. It is rich in carbon and is derived during oil refining. Pet coke or petroleum coke consists of more than 80% of carbon, and pet coke emits over 11% more greenhouse gases than coal. So it is a matter of concern for India, as India is the largest consumer of pet coke and it emits 11% more greenhouse gases, which is not good for climate. So government has taken many initiatives to restrict and ban the imports of pet cokes. And pet coke is mainly used in aluminium industry as raw material, and pet coke is very much useful in also cement industries. Next question. Recently Sahrai Oran passed away. He was related to which field? So Sahrai Oran was related to politics. So here B is the right answer. And he was a tribal leader and former Odisha minister. Next question. CGhat, which is an online delivery website, has been launched by, so CGhat has been launched by Chhattisgarh government. So here C is the right answer. And this CGhat will provide home delivery of fruits and vegetables during the extended lockdown phase. Next question. IUCN Red List categorizes wild boar as, so wild boar has been categorized as least concerned. See, IUCN Red List categorizes the species of both plants as well as animals. Remember, it is very important to appreciate that not only animals but also plants can be categorized into the IUCN Red List. And these plants and animals are categorized into 9 different lists. Out of this, wild boar is categorized as least concerned. And wild boar originated in Southeast Asia. It was later introduced in Caribbean islands and Oceania region. Why it was in news? Because wild boars were patrolling the Israeli city of Haifa during the lockdown in the backdrop of COVID-19. Next question. The 2022 Asian Para Games are scheduled to be held in which city? So 2022 Asian Para Games is scheduled to be held in Hangzhou city. Remember, Hangzhou city. And it will be the 4th Asian Para Games. Next question. IUCN Red List categorizes leather-backed turtles as, so IUCN Red List categorizes leather-backed turtles as vulnerable category. So here D is the right answer. But in Thailand, these leatherback turtles are categorized as endangered. Remember that IUCN Red List categorizes it as vulnerable, but in Thailand it is categorized as endangered. And these leatherback turtles are the world's giant sea turtles. But why these were in news? Because this recently the largest number of nests of rare leatherback sea turtles were found in Thailand because of The beaches in Thailand were deserted due to COVID-19 lockdown. Next question. Who has been elected as brand ambassador of Crick Kingdom? So Rohit Sharma has been chosen as the brand ambassador of Crick Kingdom. It is a cricket academy based in Dubai. Next question. World Creativity and Innovation Day is celebrated on. So World Creativity and Innovation Day is celebrated on April 21st. Remember, April 21st. And the first World Creativity and Innovation Day was observed by United Nations on April 21st in 2018 itself. Next question. Which is the largest quarantine center in the country? So Narela is the largest quarantine center in the country. Why it is in news? Indian Army has extended its support to Narela Quarantine Center, and this Narela Quarantine Center was established by Delhi government. So don't forget to share these videos with your friends. Like the video if you find it useful, subscribe to the channel, answer the question in the comment section. Wait for the upcoming video on Saturday. Until then, stay at your home and stay safe.